Hello, Diva. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Nath Hughes here. For those of you that don't know, my name is Natalie Hughes. I am a spiritual consultant. I do specialize in business and mindset mentorship, which is why I'm so excited because it is week 2 of Halloween Hysteria. And this week's theme is ruthlessly rich and spoiled rotten. That was not a pause for dramatic effect. I am getting over a cold. And that's why last week on Sunday, my brain was like not making any fucking sense. And I'm like, what's going on? I had a fever that evening. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, focus. So I'm here. I'm feeling significantly better. I'm ready to start week 2. We are tapping into your next financial upgrade. What's the tea? What's happening? What is it going to look like? What is it going to feel like? How is it going to happen? What do we need to know? And yeah, the timestamps are already in the description box down below. So choose the picture or pictures that stand out the most to you. And I'll see you at your reading. Oh my God, pile number 1. I feel that something, I don't know, there was supposed to be music. Was there music playing just now? We're gonna find out together when this shit gets uploaded because I can't hear. And I've already taken too much time to get this shit together, so we might look around everybody on mute for the first fucking video of week 2, and that's fine. That's fine. But I love that little intro. I really wanted the candy. It's week number 2 of Halloween Hysteria. We're tapping into being ruthlessly rich and spoiled rotten. We're talking about money. We're talking about career. We're talking about getting princess treatment. Today, we're talking about your next level financially. So let's talk about how you're achieving this, how you're manifesting your next level financially. That's the first thing that we're going to tap into for pile number 1. How are they achieving their next level financially? Dark Night of the Soul. How are they achieving their next level financially? And I'm getting over a cold, so you just have to give me some fucking grace if it takes us a little bit. If it's a bumpy road today, you're just gonna have to give me a little bit of grace and a little bit of kindness and a little bit of generosity and a little bit of forgiveness and unconditional acceptance. Thank you. Okay. We have Dark Night of the Soul. We have Blessings and Curses. And then we have Be Awakened Dead. Dark Night of the Soul says, she dug until she couldn't. Oh, girl. She dug caverns in her heart until she found the light. Then when the next card says, do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or of your flowers. Then the next card says, the things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. So your next level of wealth is coming at the tail end of a dark night of the soul. And give me a second, y'all, because I had to put that Ricola out of my mouth. I can't talk and suck on that at the same time. My God, that's what she said. Okay. All right, move on. So this transformation, this financial transformation is coming. It's 4:44 while I'm recording this, by the way, at the tail end of a dark night of the soul. So I get the feeling that there is some huge change and transformation that you were undergoing. I see you having been in a period of financial shame, of things maybe feeling like they weren't going your way. You could have lost a job, you could have lost a client, you could have, thought that you were going to have a certain level of financial safety and security, and then something happened. This is a random bill that came out of nowhere. This is, expenses that are going up and different things like that. And I feel like there was a period of time where for a moment you downward spiraled. However, this is giving me kind of like a nevertheless, she persisted. Still, she persisted. Your next level financially is coming as a consequence of the fact that you did not give up just because things did not go your way. This is somebody being on a journey and learning not to be ashamed of their financial position and situation. And this is one of the reasons why people stay stuck where they are financially, is because they are ashamed and they're telling the story that they're not good enough, and where they are financially becomes so much of their identity that it becomes this like self-fulfilling prophecy of, I don't have enough and I'm not good enough. But my pile number one, you went through that. You moved through that. You accepted yourself for where you were. You accepted the circumstances for what they were. You learned to navigate those circumstances, and you began to develop some really important skills while you were in that kind of shitty situation. The things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. So this previous financial situation or job environment that was so toxic and unhealthy actually ended up triggering some growth and expansion and awareness inside of you. When you stopped identifying with the financial struggle, when you stopped being so ashamed of like where you were financially, and when you instead started to look at what's going on in my finances and why am I here in my finances? Not just, oh, I'm here because the working class, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying that it's not helpful. You started to sit and assess your own financial patterns, your own family history. What is the history of getting paid in your family? What is the history of managing money in your family? What were your parents teaching you about money and jobs and stability and finances, and what was available to you? What were your beliefs about what you could do financially? You started looking at these things and you made a commitment to change those stories. To love yourself and to see yourself as worthy of money. You had a tower moment. You did some deep fucking work. Then you end up coming out on the other end stronger, more aware. And now they're playing that song Bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. Now you're in this bulletproof energy. Because you already experienced, you know what it's like to have nothing. You know what it's like to be poor. You know what it's like to lose a job. You know what it's like to hit rock bottom financially. And now you don't have the same fear as a lot of people. Not because you know that you'll never go back to that place, but because you know that you know how to navigate through that. You know that you know how to survive on a tight budget. You know that you know how to make ends meet. You know that you know how to handle XYZ different thing. So you're no longer the woman that you used to be. You'll never be in the same position that you once were in. Not because shit can never happen again, but because you're never going to downward spiral in the same ways that you were, because you've healed from certain experiences and now you have self-esteem. You know that you can navigate financial challenges. And because you know that you can navigate financial challenges, what's going on an energetic level is that when shit starts looking rocky or you start feeling challenged financially, you don't panic. And if you do panic, you don't downward spiral. You don't feed into your fear. You don't argue for your limitations. You're able to show up in a more level-headed way. And because of this, your vibration doesn't dip down to that place where you're no longer a vibrational match to money flowing in and supporting you. So what that means is you're now able to bounce back. You have a quicker recovery time. You are stepping into next level financial resilience. Because some people, they have a bad time. They get let go from that job. They lose that client. They don't get the sale they thought they were going to get. Then they start feeling bad. Then they start feeling like shit. Then they get depressed. They're down in the dumps. It's getting worse and worse by the day. They're extending the amount of time that they need for recovery. Because they're pessimistic, they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in the flow of money. They don't believe that a new job is available to them. They don't see themselves as people that always have a job. On the other hand, you're now in a place, or you will be, you're now in a place where something happens, you don't get the job. You walk away from the job. They let you go from the job. You're like, oh, yeah, that is disappointing. And I am disappointed. And you process the emotions and you feel the emotions, and then you're like, okay, and still I'm expecting my next job any second now. I know that God is guiding me to my next job. I know that God is guiding me to my next source of income. I know that God is guiding me to my next desire. I know that I'm taken care of. I'm always taken care of. The bills are always paid. It's not just about what you think. It's about how you feel. It's about how you vibrate. When people don't know how to do mindset work properly, they say affirmations that don't actually change how they feel on the inside. So their vibration doesn't change. The affirmations don't do shit for them. In this next season and in this next level financially, that's not where you are. Your vibration has actually changed. You actually know how to change your thoughts. You actually know how to change your relationship with money. So you bounce back quickly. So I'm getting a lot of recovery and safety and security. And what your spirit guides are saying is that maybe what you don't see yet is that this energy of bouncing back and having that financial safety and security and being able to recover, you're about to skyrocket. Your income is about to increase exponentially because the hard part is over. You know that war is over, the fucking Christmas song? How that was a huge TikTok thing last year, 2 years ago. Baby, I don't know when. And they were just basically, it was just like when a terrible thing is done, you're on the other side, you've made it. Your next level financially, pile number one, is war is over. You're not like everybody else. A lot of this, I feel, you went through certain hardships before other people went through certain hardships. Like, okay, this is the example they're giving to me. It doesn't have to resonate, but it might resonate. There are some people, who are young adults now, and this is really their first recession. Maybe 2020 was a kind of sort of taste. Shit is getting real out here economically. And it's only the beginning? Question mark, exclamation mark. Mind you, it was optional. Anyway, focus. Hope everybody's voting this year. Yeah. Anyway, focus. So, this is a lot of people who are young adults. This is their first recession. And so there's a certain level of shock and panic and grieving and all of these things. For some of you, you already went through a personal recession. You already went through a personal deep hardship. You already went through the things that people are going through now is shit that you went through 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, so on and so forth. So there might be people who are panicking a little bit more than you are right now. And it's not about you being better than others, whatever. It's about the fact that you are able to feel good right now. There's opportunities for money that are always available to you. And because you're able to feel good, it's not fake pretending to be happy. Your vibration around money, you 9 times out of 10 are in the receptive mode. Meaning you feel at peace, you feel optimistic, you feel positive expectation around money. You expect money to flow. You expect to be safe and secure. Because of this safety and security, I can see you seeking out next level wealth. And you're going to be able to see the opportunities for next level wealth that are available to you. You're going to act on them, and money, the floodgates are about to open for you in your life. Okay, let's pull a couple tarot cards. The floodgates are about to open for you in your life. So you're going to have to see where you are, like where this resonates. Of course, some of you are going to be in the dark night of the soul stage. Others of you are in that place where you're like, okay, yes, I feel safe. I'm able to bounce back quickly. I'm able to recover financially quickly. I'm able to grow and expand quickly. I'm able to get right back into that flow of money quickly. And I'm ready for that next level wealth, right? So just, of course, be mindful of where you are in this, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a timeline. So let's talk about this floodgates opening, the Hierophant, the 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords. Exactly. That 4 of Swords energy is that feeling of safety and security and being able to rest. The 7 of Pentacles is the fact that you have sown, you planted seeds. You planted seeds. Legacy. What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. That's from Hamilton, of course. You are building legacy. Pile number 1, applause. A round of applause. I won't, what I won't. You know I'm feeling better because the Psychic DJ is back. Thank God. My pile number 1s have been planting financial seeds. Nobody could see the garden. You had a field of fucking dirt. And at first, you had a field of dirt that you inherited from your ancestors, and it was dead, right? It wasn't habitable. It wasn't fertile. And so you had to work that fucking land, right? You had to reprogram your subconscious mind. You had to heal from shit that you didn't even go through, right? Hello, comment down below, generational curse breaker, from talking to you. You had to heal shit financially. You had to heal shit when it came to money. And so people on the outside could have been looking at you, and it could have been like, she doesn't have shit. She just has a field of dirt. Ugh, yikes. Hate to be her. But you took that field of dirt and you got rid of the toxins and you cleaned out the soil and you brought in and you manifested fresh soil and you got some seeds and you germinated the fucking seeds. Baby, I don't know shit about gardening. You planted those seeds. You watered them. You tended to them. You were outside in that dirt field speaking life into that garden. That's your affirmation work. That's your journaling work. That's your visualizations. That's your EFT tapping. You're speaking life into yourself financially. You're praying over yourself financially. You're doing magic. You're working with your ancestors. You are shifting energy for these seeds in the ground. 7 of Pentacles, it's about to be your harvesting season, where everything that you've been doing, one of my teachers teaches about manifestation, and she basically says that you are doing your manifesting work, you're telling the new story and telling the new story and telling the new story and telling the new story, and then it overflows into your physical reality. And that's what it feels like has been your experience, pal number 1. You've been tending to this garden. You've been showing up for yourself financially. You've been telling a new story. You've been doing what you need to do. You've been getting on your Zoom every day at 10. Yes. And now it's about to sprout. And they're showing me plants and how sometimes it can grow so quickly. You come back and it's like, whoa, you grew like 4 inches overnight. With the energy of the Ace of Wands, this is quick, fast-moving energy. 6 of Pentacles, you're about to be in a position where you're giving to others. You're being generous to others. For my entrepreneurs, I see you hiring people. Okay? For my corporate baddies, I see you getting a promotion and being a manager. This is an elevation. This is a complete elevation in your socioeconomic status. You're now going to be in a place of giving to others, giving to charities, taking care of other people, being a leader in your job, being a leader in your finances, being a leader in your family. This is about to pay off for you majorly. And it's not just going to pay off one time. You're going to be in this next level financially, and you're going to stay there, basically. And with the energy of the Hierophant, you are manifesting this and you are receiving this with the help of your angels and your ancestors and your spiritual team. So that's what I see for you. I see you having really beautiful clothes and lovely fashions. With the energy of the 4 of Swords, you could be getting a new bed, getting a new home, relocating to a new place where you feel more at peace, having really great savings, reaching your savings goals, having financial overflow. That's what it is. Financial overflow. And there's an abundance of it, okay? It's coming in very quickly. I'm hearing the song I'm Getting Ready by Tasha Combs featuring Nicki Minaj. So you might want to go and listen to that song. I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. So there's a blessing that is coming into your world, and you are about to have more, you're about to reap more financial rewards than you have ever seen in your life. And it's because of your ability now to bounce back from setbacks, to not let what appears to not be good enough or something falling through or blah, 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 to not let that get to you and to just keep going and to show up relentlessly. Nevertheless, she persisted. That's your thing. That's your affirmation. I will persist. I do persist. I am persistent. Comment down below the affirmation that you're going to be telling yourself. I am persistent. Okay. And that's what's going to get you to your next level. And of course, if you want help with this, I do have a new workshop this week. The Wheel of Financial Fortune workshop is made to help you create a full 180 in your finances. Isn't this so freaking cute, you guys? Inside of this week's bundle, you're getting a meditation. Okay, when I say the meditation is immersive, I mean the meditation is immersive. Girl, you literally are in the forest in the meditation. I got forest sounds. It's raining on you in the meditation. I have fucking rain sounds. When the rain gets more intense, the rain sounds get more intense, and it helps you connect with like your internal guidance and trusting yourself. It's so fucking good. Of course, you have a visualization inside of the workshop that is helping you tap into that next level worthy, wealthy version of yourself. And then of course you got the scripting exercise, which this week is 10 questions that are timed as you're going along with the video. And it's helping you tap into that energy of financial overflow and that energy of trusting money and expecting money to come in. So depending on where you are on that journey, this could really help you. And honestly, I'm going to be using it for a very long time. So I kind of take that back, and I would say anywhere you are on your journey, these are a group of tools that will powerfully help you. The meditation will help you get very clear on what is your next right step. The scripting prompts will help you tap into and continue to normalize having financial overflow, more money coming in than the amount of money that you're spending is the energy and the vibe that you'll be normalizing and creating through the scripting workshop and the visualization. It's super amazing. Click the link in the description box down below to get instant access to this bundle and get your financial 180 on. Okay. I love you so much. Pile number 1. I almost said pile number 2. And I will see you in the next video. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 2s. Okay. There's music that's playing here. I don't want it to be too loud. Welcome back to Halloween Hysteria. It's week number 2, and this week's theme is ruthlessly rich and spoiled rotten, because we should all be abundant, we should all be supported, and we should be ruthless when it comes to our wealth as independent women. I believe this strongly. All right, we're tapping into it. What's your next level financially? The first thing that we're going to see is how you're reaching this next level financially. Okay, everybody who chose pile number 2, tapping into the energy. How are they reaching their next level financially? We have Flower Child. How are they reaching? Oh my God, we got the same card for pile number 1. Flower Child, the Awakened Dead, and the Mirror. I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. All things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. Did you forget all you had to go through to be you? Your next level of wealth is coming. Oh, shit. I almost... yeah, let's do that. No, let's do that one. Yeah. Okay, so your next level of wealth, pile number 2, is coming as a consequence of you valuing yourself more. You valuing yourself more. You know the story that I want to tell right now. Shonda Rhimes and Disney. Shonda Rhimes created Grey's Anatomy, right? And basically, Shonda Rhimes was like Disney's biggest television, daytime TV moneymaker, right? So Shonda Rhimes goes to Disneyland. She gets a pass, basically, to go, as she should. And her sister was in town with her at some point. And so Shonda calls Disney up and is like, hey, Bookie, let me get a little pass for my sister. And Disney is like, I don't think so. Don't we already give you enough? And Shonda said, oh, okay. And then a deal with Netflix was signed that fucking night, right? And that's a dramatization. I don't know the timeline of what happened, but that's basically the gist of the story, right? She wanted a free pass for her sister so that they could go to Disneyland together. Disneyland said, fuck no. Shonda said, oh, perfect. Good idea. If you want to be funny, I'm going to be hilarious. And you see, when you do clownery as a corporation, the clown comes back to bite. And it did. Because I'm super excited for Bridgerton to come out next year, and it comes out on Netflix. Damn, that's a good show. So pile number 2, I feel like your next level financially is coming as a consequence of you really owning your worth and your value. And now they're showing me Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris. I don't need this. My man has 2 jobs. You are recognizing your talent. You are recognizing the value that you bring into these rooms. And it's not about how you present in the boardroom. It's not about how you sign off your emails. It's not about, oh, you stopped using so many exclamation marks. It's about your self-perception. As you believe in your value more, you naturally start to behave differently. A lot of people do it in the reverse. They start taking action and doing things that they don't actually believe in because it looks good, because it's what everybody else is doing, because it's what they're told to do in order to look professional, in order to look like they're a bigger deal than what they are. You're doing the opposite. You are really falling in love with yourself, and you're really falling in love with your work, and you're really falling in love with your presence, and you're really falling in love with your energy, and you're really developing a strength and a conviction around the power of who you are and the work that you do. My pile number 2, I feel like you have overcome things and you have developed skills. This is not your first rodeo, okay? So pile number 2, this is not for the woman who is brand new in her career, right? Love you, Bookie. Come back to this. Or maybe this will be, what you can look forward to. I'm not saying that you have to wait, but I'm just telling you what I feel in the energy. Pile number 2, this is the woman she's done it. She's been here for a bit. Okay, and I'm hearing that Beyonce, bow down. This is my shit. Bow down, bitches. Okay? Give me crown emojis in the comment section if this is resonating with you. If you are the woman who has been in this industry for a while. A year could be a while to some people. Maybe 2. For some of you, at least 5, right? You've been here for a little bit. You've done a little bit. You know what you're talking about. This is the woman who has seen some shit. And I don't mean like nightmarish shit, even though, like, sure, you could have. But you have gone through some shit in your life and moving through this industry. You have developed incredibly valuable skills. And you are knowing this and you are understanding this and you're recognizing, of course, somebody with my skill set would be valued in this industry. I'm the best at what I do, and that's why I get paid the big bucks. I'm amazing at what I do, and that's why I get paid the big bucks. You're recognizing and you're realizing everybody doesn't do what you do. Everybody can't do what you do. You know, they were just talking about on TikTok, they were talking about influencers and how sometimes influencers blow up and then they fall off and then they don't have any money anymore and then they start doing XYZ different thing. I realize everybody does not know how to monetize an audience. Everybody doesn't know how to make money. Everybody doesn't know how to get sales. Everybody doesn't know how to get paid for their creative gifts, talents, and skills. Numbers and subscribers don't equal money. I've been doing this shit for over half a decade. That's insane. I know how to create stability for myself in my life by utilizing my creative gifts and talents. I know how to monetize my creative gifts and talents. I have a business and I put money into a retirement account by utilizing my creative gifts and talents and skills. Everybody's not doing that. Everybody doesn't know how to do that. So I feel like for you, pile number 2, you're having those realizations as well. You might not be the CEO of that corporation yet, but you are 3, 4, 5, 10 steps ahead of people who are just now coming into the industry. And you have tips and you have tricks and you have realizations and you have details that people need. Because we all know that creating success in life is not just about developing skills and going to school. We know that there's a whole bunch of little teensy-tiny things and tips and tricks that it actually takes. You have to actually have a certain understanding of these things in order to really succeed in any industry, right? Let's say that you go to school to become a doctor. You want to open an independent practice. You don't just go to school to become a doctor and get the medical degrees and all of the certifications and everything, and then all of a sudden you can open a private practice and it's successful and business is booming. You want to open a business, you also have to now know marketing. Because how do people know about the private practice? Now that you're going to be working independently as a doctor, you have to know about insurance. Are you taking insurance? What kind of insurance are you taking? What does it cost to run and maintain your private practice? And are you hiring nurses? And what hospitals are you working with? And blah, 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 blah. And now they're showing me Harry Potter. Which one is it? You'll have to excuse me if I cough. I'm getting over a cold. It was Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And they're in this classroom, which is like potions making classroom. I think that's what it's called. And everybody has their books out. And the teacher was like, the best person to make a polyjuice potion is gonna get a cool thing. I don't know, girl. At the end of class, right? And so all of the kids are trying to take this little nut or whatever, and they're trying to cut it in half, but the nut is like resistant to the fucking knife and is like bouncing off all over the walls and shit, and they're really struggling, but they're following the instructions on the book. Except Harry has a book that's been used, and his book has notes in the margins. And his book doesn't say to cut the nut. It has that crossed out. And instead it says crush. And so Harry crushes it. And he's making progress with the potion. And Hermione, who's the smartest wizard of her generation, Little Miss know every motherfucking thing because she has her degree. She's like, Harry, how did you do that? I can't do a British accent right now because it makes me laugh. And if I laugh, I cough. We don't have time. We don't have time. Oh my God. Being funny really is a blessing and a curse because anyway, I tucked my humor into the back. Okay. So she's like, Harry, how are you doing that? He's like, I crushed it. Hermione's like, no, it didn't say crush. It said cut. Okay, hard-headed hoe. Do what you like then. And at the end of class, Harry gets the potion the best. And he gets the reward. And Hermione didn't. But Hermione read the book. And she followed all of the instructions. Except there was a better secret way with little different tips and tricks and a little tweak here. And you know what I'm saying? That would have got her a better result. But she's a stickler for following the rules and is going to read the book and all of that good shit, right? So this is like that experience, it was viral on TikTok a couple of years ago. And it was a lot of Black women talking about being on the job, training somebody new on the job. They're like, this is not how you're supposed to do it, but this is how I do it. This is not how you're supposed to do it, but this is how I do it. There's certain tips and there's certain tricks and there's certain mindset shifts and things that you have learned and you have realized and you have understood and you have embodied and all of this stuff over the years. It makes you really good at your job. And it makes you somebody really valuable to have around. You're not just valuable because of the work that you can do and the result that you can get. You're valuable because of what you bring to a team. You're valuable because you're a damn good teacher. You're valuable because you make everyone around you better. So you're stepping into your next level of wealth because you're recognizing this. My pile number 2. So let's see. Tell us a little bit more about what this next level of wealth looks like for my pile number 2. What does this next level of wealth look like for my pile number 2? 3 of Pentacles. What did I say? Teamwork makes the dream work. We got the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups. We have the 7 of Cups. Pile 2, pile 2. We got the Emperor, the Magician, and the 5 of Wands. Exactly. And that's what I told her. Your next level of wealth. This feels like a 9 of Pentacles kind of energy where you're like working your way into your own niche. And what I mean by that is I see there being a lot of people who want to work with you. a lot of people who want to connect with you, a lot of people who want your time, a lot of people who want your input, a lot of people who want your energy, a lot of people who want your shifts, a lot of people who want to learn what you have learned. And of course, they're willing to pay for this because you are valuable. Comment down below, I am valuable. That's your affirmation. The Magician and the Emperor. And so you're put in this position where you really get to pick and choose. Your next level of wealth, you're put in this position where you're asking yourself the question, what do I want to make? How much do I want to receive? How much do I want to charge? And you're connecting with people who are ready, willing, and eager to give you what you want. Companies who are ready, willing, and eager to give you what you want. 100%. With the energy of the Three of Pentacles, I see your finances expanding. With the energy of the Three of Pentacles in this deck, I'm using the Supernova Tarot. This is like a house that's being built. So I feel like somebody here wants to buy a house or renovate a house or like elevate their house. They want to redecorate their house, different things like that. I see that happening for you. I also see like you have a blueprint because there's a blueprint here. You have a blueprint, an idea of what experience you want to have. This could literally be scripting, right? For those of you that are scripting, you're journaling, you're tapping into what you want to experience, where you want to go, what you want to achieve, what you want to call in financially. Your dreams and your visions are beginning to come to life. And that's really what I'm seeing here. I see you having a plan and your plan starts to come to fruition. They're showing me like brick by brick. One project after another. You're meeting one right person after another. Things are coming together beautifully. Like you're about to be like, whoa. I got this thing. I always wanted to have this thing. I got this thing. I always wanted to have that thing. Now with the energy of the Eight of Cups, I see you like you're in a position where you don't have to do work that you don't want to do. You don't have to be anywhere that you're not having a good time. You don't have to be anywhere that you don't like. You don't have to work with people that you don't like. You don't have to do any kind of work that you don't like because there's always somebody who is willing to pay you. There's always somebody who wants to work with you. This is like you constantly have emails, you constantly have messages on your fucking LinkedIn. You constantly are running into people. They're like, oh my God, I was just talking about you. It's so crazy that I would see you at this farmer's market on this Sunday because I was just at dinner on Friday with a couple of my associates and they were talking about this thing and I was like, oh my God, I really have to contact pal number 2 because she could help you with this. And I don't know if she's open for work. I don't know if she has a project right now, but if she's open, I'll reach out to her. And then boom, here you are. And you're like, wow, I was just thinking of leaving this current project that I'm at. I was just thinking of walking away from this, this, and this. So with the Seven of Cups, you've got an abundance of options. With the Emperor, you're creating stability. All of this is rooted in your own understanding and conviction, belief about your value. And understanding that you deserve to be paid well because of the value that you bring. It is everlasting. It goes beyond this one project. You elevate the company culture. You support the entire team. This workplace, this company, this person, this client, this customer will never be the same because they have come in contact with you. That is valuable. People recognize the value in your work and they are ready, willing, and eager to show up and pay you accordingly and get you what you like and get you what you want, right? I bet if the silly Disney exec could go back in time, he would give her that fucking ticket, right? What was that? Couple $1,000s maximum compared to how many millions of dollars have since been lost. In your next level of wealth, people are recognizing the value that you bring. And they are willing to fight to have you on. This is people who are like, okay, listen, we know that this is how much money you want. This is how much money that we can give. We can give you this right now, and then we can give you this later, and then we can sign a contract. We know that this is what you're asking for. We can give you a contract for 6 months. We can't do the contract for 12 months yet, but we can give you the contract for 6 months. At 3 months, we can come back. We can renegotiate. We can blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, people are about to be up your butt to hire you, to connect with you, to work with you. I can't afford this rate, but I can pay you this. I'm telling you, people are committed to having you on their team. This is such good energy. Pile number 2. I hope that this resonated with you. And don't forget to check out this week's workshop. This week we are doing the Wheel of Financial Fortune. And this immersive workshop is made to help you create, manifest, normalize a complete financial 180 in your life so you can receive next level financial gain, next level financial support, and next level financial favor in your life. As always, this week's workshop bundle is made up of the tools that I have used to manifest daily sales in my business, right? I've already told you about my story during pile number 2. I went from having absolutely nothing to now being able to pay myself consistently in my business, which is a really big deal. There was a time when I couldn't even afford to run payroll, right? And the scripting that I use to shift my energy and align with next level wealth and align with consistency of money and allow the flow of money to increase in my life, those same tools are what I am giving you in this week's workshop bundle. It is only $13.33. If you are ready to create a financial 180 in your life, I would get inside of it. I would get the meditation, visualization, and the workshop, and I would use it. I would use it consistently. I would show up for myself through it, and I would reap amazing benefits, of course. I'm using these workshops as well. While I'm recording each of the workshops, I'm also answering the questions. I just mute the microphone because you can hear me writing like a mad woman when I don't mute the microphone. So anyway, I love this workshop. I'm sure that you'll love it too if you love my work. And you can click the link in the description box to get instant access to this week's workshop bundle, if you so please. I love you lots, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Hello, my lovely pile number 3s. Welcome to week number 2 of the... What the hell is this thing called? It's Halloween HyStERiA, you guys. And our theme for week number 2 is ruthlessly rich and spoiled rotten. This week we're talking about money. Last week we talked about love and romance, and that was fun, but now I'm bored. So let's talk about something equally or more important, and that's our money. Today we're tapping into your next level of wealth. The first thing that we're looking at is how you are getting this next level of wealth, how it's manifesting into your life. We got the hawk, we got the hummingbird. I just heard, and then we have the tiger. I believe I can fly. Is that R. Kelly? If it is, I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose, okay? It's just the psychic DJ. That's what I see with the two birds. I hear I believe I can fly, okay? And with that message comes a personal belief in yourself. Pile number 3, this is the energy of like, this is crazy. Fuck it. I'm gonna believe in myself. Fuck it. I'm gonna expect it to come in. Fuck it. I'm gonna call it forward into my life. Like, that's what this energy feels like. It feels like I have no idea how this is going to happen. This is absolutely impossible. This is not going to show up in my life. I cannot do this, but I'm gonna choose to fucking believe. This is a miracle. This is a miracle. You are manifesting something that seems absolutely impossible, and it's coming because you were willing to believe. You were willing to believe in miracles. You were willing to believe in divine synchronicity, hawk energy. You kept that bird's eye view. You kept your eye on the prize. You practiced not zooming into the little moments, not micromanaging your growth, but you practiced zooming out and looking at the bigger picture. Okay? This is giving me the feeling of somebody who maybe, no, the phrase would be delayed gratification. You didn't go for low-hanging fruit. You were like, I want a big prize. I want a big payoff. Now I'm hearing James Brown, the big payback. So this feels like your next level of wealth feels like you are manifesting a large sum of money. You're manifesting a large account in your job. You're manifesting a big, high-paying client. You're doing some shit that nobody has ever done before. You're doing some shit that nobody has ever seen before. We talked about that in pile number 1. I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. The song is called I'm Getting Ready by Tasha Combs. It's a gospel song. I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. Get ready for overflow. You are manifesting a financial miracle and change. And that doesn't mean that right now you're in a position of living in poverty. You can be. But you're about to have a really big account. Like, let's say that you work in real estate. You've sold a couple houses for a couple $100,000 and you got a lovely commission from selling those homes. Now you're connecting with a new client who is selling a home for $10 million. They want you to sell the home. And now you're connecting with buyers who are looking for homes, who are willing to who are willing to purchase a $10 million home. It's a new market. It's a new level. And in your real estate firm, in your real estate world, I don't know anything about real estate like this. Jumps like that don't just happen. You get used to selling a couple homes in this arena. Maybe eventually you get poached by a different firm. Maybe eventually you meet the right person and something happens, blah, blah, blah. But whatever this story is, it's very, like, how did that happen? I don't understand. It's a miracle. Tap into that energy of it's a miracle. Stay alive, damn it. Unbreakable. Females are strong as hell. That's the theme song from Unbreakable, Kimmy Schmidt. I feel like you are I'm sorry, my mind is just thinking about, damn, that Unbreakable theme song and everything is just so fucking inappropriate. Like, damn. I hate growing up and getting better at like looking at and analyzing media. And it's just kind of a weird caricature. I've been seeing things on TikTok about like Tina Fey and her weird relationship with black women. And I'm like, damn. Anyway, sorry. So that kind of like threw my mind off. I'm sorry. I just like literally that kind of threw me out of the energy because I'm like, that was kind of a crazy ass fucking introduction. And also, that was kind of a crazy ass. Anyway, so let's just refocus. Bird's eye view, hummingbird, you're manifesting something that's never been done before. They're showing me, maybe this will work. They're showing me Ryan Coogler and Sinners and how he basically signed a really amazing deal about the rights to his movie. I don't remember what the deal was, so I have to be vague. But he signed a deal about the rights to the movie Sinners that I think studios have never done a deal like that before or whatever. And like, that was crazy. Even though Ryan Coogler has already been a very successful filmmaker, director. But it's something like that as well. So I'm not necessarily getting that you're in a place where you don't have anything and you're about to blow up, even though that could be it. Regardless of where you are financially, I'm seeing something happening and it's going to look like a huge miracle. And it's because you kept your eye on the prize. And the tiger has a moon crescent over the third eye, so it feels like your third eye. You're manifesting this next level of wealth and income and this miracle and this success by being connected to your intuition and your inner being and your faith. Kind of similar to pile number 1, honestly. Hummingbirds are so magical. I don't have. Okay, let's do. What is this looking like? What is this next level looking like? What is this next level of wealth looking like? What is this next level of wealth looking like? What is this next level of wealth looking like, baby? We got claw, hammock, broom, then V for victory. Claw says, be careful, do not take risks. Hammock says, taking vacation physically or mentally. Broom says, new home, new attitude. V says, victory in some endeavor. And exactly, that's what I told her. Okay. So basically, you were in a period, like I said, with that delayed gratification, where you were behaving more carefully. You weren't taking certain risks, or you weren't doing certain things. You weren't taking action, even though instant gratification was there. You were making different moves. And I really feel like it was because of your intuition. I feel like your intuition was telling you, like, don't do this, or don't stay at this job, or don't accept that contract, or don't keep going working through this platform, go do something else. And it's like, other people could have been looking at you like, what are you doing? I don't understand. You should have done this instead, and blah, blah, blah. But the whole time you were being guided in a completely different direction. You were being guided to develop different skills. It wasn't just about getting success so that you could look successful, because there's a lot of people who have money but are poor. There's a lot of people who look like they have money, but they don't have anything. There's a lot of people who look like they have money, but they have to spend all of the money that they're making in order to keep up with the facade that they have money. There's a lot of people who, if they missed a couple paychecks, things would all fall apart, right? You chose a different path. Because even though you walked away from some stuff, or even though you made some choices that didn't make sense to people, or people on the outside looking in couldn't understand it, you kind of had to take some detours and develop some skills along the way. So you took some detours, you developed some skills, and as a consequence, now you're receiving the payoff. And I feel like this is what I talked about in pile number 1. But pile number 3 feels kind of like bigger. This is like, no, I don't want to say it's like winning the lottery, because it's something connected to your job for sure. And it's something connected to a client or a position or a company or a sale. And it is a significant amount of money, and it's going to shift you. But it's not just going to shift you, it's also going to shift you and put you in a new environment. You're going to be around new people, different kinds of people, more people who have money. You're going to get this new client, but you're also going to get this new client who is going to refer you out to their other rich friends. You're going to get this blah, 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 but you're going to get this person who also their neighbor is selling a house, and they know somebody down the street who also really wants to sell their house. And so they gave them your card. You know what I'm saying? So you're about to be known in your industry. Your reputation is going up. And it's all happening from one miracle. It's all happening from one moment. It's all happening from connecting with the right person finding you, the right person seeing you. What is that? I think it's a video. I think it's a video from Tyler, the Creator. He's doing like an interview or something. Tell me in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. And he's talking about, there's somebody who he hired to work with him or to like open for him at a concert or something. And he found the guy on YouTube. And his videos on YouTube were getting like 10 views. But of those 10 fucking views, Tyler, the Creator, was one of the views. And it ended up putting his career on the map. And then they're showing me Beyonce and how one of her dancers for the Renaissance World Tour was a girl who posted a video. She was kind of doing like a walking across the room combo, video. She was doing some sort of dance video, choreography, routine, whatever. And Beyonce's team saw that. They reached out, and next thing you know, she's on the Renaissance World Tour stage. But it's not just, they're emphasizing here that it's not just, oh, wow, you got your one big break and now everything is smooth sailing. No. Because you remember all those detours that you took? You remember all those times that you made the decision to do the thing that was uncomfortable? Baby, you're about to be so proud of yourself. You're about to be so fucking proud of yourself. You're about to be so grateful to God. You're about to be so grateful for your journey. because you're about to receive this opportunity. You're going to be in these amazing environments. You're going to actually know how to navigate it because of the skills that you developed. Think about the people who make it big and they're like rappers or they're musicians or something. And then they sign that, what is that, 360 deal. And then they're locked into, they got to do XYZ amount of albums and it costs this much money to make the album. So then their album has to make that much money before they start getting paid or whatever. They're signing these deals. The deals are shitty. They're getting fucked over because they don't know any better. Except along your journey, you took a minute and for a season, for a quarter, for 6 months, you were actually working as an assistant in a legal office. And as a part of your time working as an assistant in that legal office, you developed some great relationships with some lawyers. You developed some really good understandings about fundamentals regarding contracts and blah, blah, blah. You've got this opportunity that's coming into your life, but you also know, I need to run this by a lawyer. You have developed a skill. You have an understanding. You have a knowing that most people would not have. Because you took certain detours, because you learned certain skills, because you developed certain mindsets. So now you're about to be in a place where you're able to take a vacation, okay? I'm definitely seeing traveling outside of the country. Now they always say congratulations. That song is Congratulations by Post Malone. Don't ask me to keep singing it because I don't know that song. But that's where you are. Okay? I think Post Malone has another song called Wow. So maybe you want to go listen to it. Don't ask me what the lyrics are because I don't know it. That's why I'm not singing it. But I know that's what they're playing in my head right now. So we've definitely got vacation. I definitely see you leaving the country. Just to relax. So for some of you, you've been kind of grinding a little bit. And I don't mean grinding yourself to burn out, just working very diligently. Focused. Eye on the prize. Tiger. You know that fucking Eye of the Tiger? Every single movie, every single television show. It's the Eye of the Tiger. And they're like preparing and they're like fucking training. Then there's like a big ass, tall ass hill. Then they're like running. They're like jogging. They're like fighting for their life to get up to the top of the hill. Then they get up to the top of the hill. Then they like put both of their hands like over their fucking head. They're like, yeah, made it to the top of this fucking hill. Eye of the Tiger, man. So you're having this Eye of the Tiger fucking moment, bitch. You are. And I'm excited. I'm sorry for calling you bitch. I'm excited. You're having this Eye of the Tiger moment. You're going to take a vacation. You're going to get a new home. New attitude. Alexa, play Patti LaBelle. Know that song. I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I tidied up my point of view. I got a new attitude. Some of the lyrics could have been off there, but it doesn't matter. Definitely new attitude for sure, for sure. My worries are few. I found love like I never knew. I don't know what she says there. But you are about to feel new attitude. I see you getting a new home. I see you moving and I see you like blessing your house spiritually, energetically. I see you moving to a home that is very like compatible with you just energetically. If you're into astrocartography, it could be a really great place for you in terms of your astrocartography. But even if it's not in terms of astrocartography, just energetically, I don't know what it is, but that space, that location, that city, that town, that home, that apartment, that whatever, baby, your energy is going to be lit up there. Okay. And then we have V, victory in some endeavor. You're about to feel victorious. You're about to feel like everything paid off. You're about to feel like, oh my God, I was guided and I was supported and I was helped and it was working out and I am amazing. Again, I see you in this next level of success. And you know how some people get that next level of success and they feel that imposter syndrome. For a lot of things, mostly because of self-concept, they don't see themselves as the person who has that job. You're going to get this and you're not going to feel that imposter syndrome because you've already developed the skills. It's like, I know how to navigate this. I know how to do this. I get this. I'm comfortable here. So I see you in your next level of wealth. I see you in this new home and I see it being cozy. You're making more money and your expenses have increased, but you already know how to handle life when your expenses increase and you already know how to manage your money. You're very comfortable. You're not worried. You're not stressed. You're not freaking out. You're not having panic attacks. You feel so safe and you feel so secure and you're like, oh, this is it. I can do this. I can handle this. I can manage this. I thought when my income increased by 100,000 that it was going to be a much bigger deal, to be honest. I thought when I started working with clients who were paying me tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars more that it was going to be, I thought it was going to be a bigger deal. I thought they were going to be scarier. I thought they were going to be more demanding. I thought it was going to be this. I thought it was going to be that. It's none of that. You're about to realize that the fears that you had were unfounded. And actually you've got it. And actually it's okay. And actually everything is working. So you're about to be feeling very victorious. You're about to be feeling very, very proud. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we have keys, successful outcome to your problems. And I just got this feeling of like debts. Okay? I see you being able to pay off your debts. If you have like student loans and different things like that, or you have a house and you're wanting to pay it off and different things like that. Yeah, I see you being able to do that. I see you now having the money and the income and the financial support that you need in order to basically take care of business in the way that you want to, I'm not saying it's not already being taken care of, but I'm talking about paying shit off and keeping shit paid off. Okay. So that's what I got for you, pile number 3. This was so amazing. And if you want even more support tapping into the energy and allowing this into your life, I highly recommend checking out this week's workshop. It is the Wheel of Financial Fortune workshop. Inside, you are getting a meditation, a visualization, and a scripting exercise where each of the journal prompts are timed for you. First of all, I love the aesthetic of this week's episode. Also, I love the meditation, you guys. Because I'm getting over my cold, I didn't record a new meditation. I took a meditation that I have recorded a while back, and it's really, really amazing. It's immersive. I put you in the jungle. There's fucking jungle sounds and shit. It's raining. There's rain sounds and shit. It's helping you tap into your internal knowing. It's also clearing space because we want to be clearing out that space, clearing out what no longer serves us. So the meditation is so beautiful and it's transforming you energetically, girl. Like, oh, it's so brilliant. And then you have the workshop where I'm helping you script and tap into your next level of success and what that looks like for you and what that feels like. And of course, you'll be able to use that forever. Once you step into that next level and you're ready to go even farther, you can come back and use this workshop forever and ever and ever and ever. It is currently $13.33 for the workshop. So if I was you, I would definitely get on that. Okay. If you want instant access to the Wheel of Financial Fortune workshop bundle, all you have to do is click the link in the description box. You'll get your meditation, visualization, and your scripting exercise downloaded instantly. I love you so, so much. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying Halloween HyStERiA, and I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.